Hey, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to you, brothers, preaching this truth throughout the four winds. All right, today this lesson we'll be going over the fake people that are in the land. They're not the real people. And I was watching, I don't remember the guy's name, but it was a so-called pastor, and he was basically trying to prove that we're not the chosen people and the people in the land are the people. And it was a Jake. It's crazy. But just goes to show though, man, like a lot of these Jakes just be tap dancing for Esau just to be accepted, and they want to feel comfortable. You know, they want to be accepted by everyone. You know, typical Jake though. You know, this is Zechariah 9:6. It says, "And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines." So that word bastard, a person born of unmarried parents, an illegitimate child. So slang is a vicious, despicable, or thoroughly disliked person. And we know it's nobody that's disliked more than Esau. You know, the whole entire planet, what do they call him? White devil. You know, they call him like just everything known. You know, look at 6. Spurious, non-genuine, false. You know, and like a bastard is like someone who's fatherless. So if you think of Edom, and you think of a bastard or someone who's fatherless, that means they have no culture. You know what I'm saying? If you look at Babylon, if you look at America, it's known as the Great Melting Pot. Okay, so you have all different varieties of cultures in one place. And who gets paid off of all of these cultures? Edom. You know, they're culture vultures. They do everything without doing anything. They receive everything without doing anything. Like if you just look at going to a professional game, let's say it's a basketball game, you're going to see those athletes. But who benefits from that? You guessed it. You know, so, and it's basically telling you in the ruler seat, you know, to dwell somewhere is it says by implication to dwell, to remain, causatively, to settle, to marry, to make, to continue, to cause, to make, to dwell, ease, self, endure, establish, fail, habitation, haunt. So to make or keep, like basically they're keeping themselves in this position until Yahweh Shai gets back. So these people who are basically cultureless, fatherless, all they do is go around and take resources from everyone, you know, claim cultures that's not theirs. You know what I'm saying? And that's the definition of who will be dwelling in the top places. Okay. Ashdod, it says powerful. So a powerful person, a major Philistine city in the Mediterranean Sea, west from Jerusalem, modern Asud. Okay. It's Dud, okay, however you pronounce that. But we understand that this place is where the chosen land is. Okay. So this place, if I'm not mistaken, is Tel Aviv. I don't want to quote that wrong. But this place will basically these people will be in this land and they're bastards. They're basically someone who doesn't belong there, and let me see, it says on December 6, 2017, formally recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and stated that the American embassy would be moved from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. So you see right there that it's basically giving you where this place is located, okay? Where it's located, who would be ruling it, and these are bastards. Like, you wonder why these people are fighting over this land, okay? And then the creation of Israel in 1948. On May 14th, 1948, David Ben-Gurion, the head of the Jewish Agency, proclaimed the establishment of the State of Israel. U.S. President Harry S. Truman recognized the new nation on the same day. Now, you can go through and read this if you want, but it's telling you, look, the Declaration of 1917, which favored the establishment of a Jewish nation home in Palestine, President Franklin D. Roosevelt had assured the Arabs in 1945 that the United States would not intervene without consulting both the Jews and Arabs in that region. The British, who held a colonial mandate for Palestine until May 1948, opposed both the creation of a Jewish state and an Arab state in Palestine, as well as unlimited immigration of Jewish. So if you're immigrant, you're migrating somewhere, like refugees of the region. Great Britain wanted to preserve good relations with the Arabs and protect its vital political and economic interests in Palestine. So these people were basically placed in this land, and now it's conflict on who it belongs to. But they both were placed there falsely. Okay? So you have these people basically being placed somewhere that doesn't belong to them, but it was also prophesied that this would happen. We're seeing who's there and they don't belong there. So that's why it says a bastard shall dwell there. You go through that place and it's our homeland. But we know what happened when we fled 70 AD, fleeing Roman persecution, going and migrating, and that land was open. So what better way? And it shows how the Lord is a mastermind, because all of this was set up this way. And we were reading about it, understanding it was supposed to be this way, because that's the way Yahweh Shem Yahshua had it set up. So now understanding who's in the land, claiming to be someone they're not. So it was like you can just see this mandate as it happened, and these people are basically fighting over that land now, and both of them were placed there, So it's a conflict of interest. And neither one of them belong there. Okay? This is Luke 21 and 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So they were going to be there until their time is up. And we're watching this play out right before our very eyes now. Their time is basically, it's up. You can see this place crumbling. It's crumbling, not at the rate we would like, but we're watching it. We're watching it. And we know who the perpetrators are now. You know, we've been knowing who the perpetrators are. But now what's happening is that skirt's being, you know what I'm saying, the raising of the skirt, you're seeing it. Their embarrassment is being put in front of the world, you know, and you're watching that nation fight against each other. You know, a house divided cannot stand. So you'll see protests like the one from last month. It was basically, we're gonna sit this. You see Jake saying we're gonna sit this one out when it was a march and a protest. They were joking about it, but like, man, we're gonna sit this one out. You know, let them fight amongst each other. You know, so all of these things were supposed to happen, but people in that land, they're phonies. Okay, this is Isaiah 2:1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh Shem Yahshai's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, okay, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. That's not happening right now. That's not what's transpiring. Everybody isn't flowing to that holy land to get, you know, where peace is going to be peace. You know, it's going to be understanding got from that place. Okay? Nobody's flowing to it right now. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, to the house of the power of Jacob. Now, people over there right now, they're not known as the house of Jacob because we understand who they truly are. That bastard. We get it. We know that's not the chosen people. Okay? So no one's flowing over there asking them. The world currently hates those folks. I mean, they hate them. Everybody dislikes those people. Okay? So it says, let me see. In the house of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law. Ain't no laws going out of that place right now. And the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshai from Jerusalem. What's going out of Jerusalem right now? Missiles, chaos, destruction. So you know Isaiah, when he saw this prophecy, when he was speaking on it, it already was foretold. Like, when the true people get in that land, it's going to be peace. You know, people are going to want to know the ways of the true people of truth and everything. Okay. 4, it says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So please, somebody explain to me, how in the world could that be the people of the truth of the book if these prophecies aren't playing out the way they're supposed to be playing with the people over there right now? Nothing's flowing to that place. Nothing's happening in that place but chaos and you know what I'm saying, just straight it's straight chaos over there right now. Okay? But you know, just watching this guy speak on these people saying they're the chosen people are already in the land, and this is supposed to be a pastor. It just clearly shows you he don't know what the hell he's talking about. Okay, I pray through Yahweh Shem Yahshai this was edifying. Till next time, shalom.